And good morning, everybody. I see y'all decided to show up this morning talking about Chris Brown diss track. I want to jump into that, jump into a couple of other things. First of all, if you're on this morning, tell me who you are, where you're from. I just want to greet you, say good morning, that's all. It's so good to see all of you. Good to be back on this Lord's Day that He's blessed us to see. So many didn't wake up this morning, but you're here, and for that, I think we ought to be grateful. I know I am. Had a busy weekend. How was you all's weekend? Also, do me a favor, invite somebody, share, tell them coffee time is on. Y'all know how we do it. We help each other out. I need your help to get the algorithms up so people know we are on, we are live, and I can't do that. I can't do that without you. Had a wonderful weekend. Our church had a women's fellowship, and I was their guest speaker to talk on finances. It was pretty good. Um, Hi Wilkerson. Hopefully you are well and all is well with you. Good morning, everybody else. Say something to me because I can't acknowledge you if you don't say something. The software tells me that we have about 104 people on. Michael Holloway is in the house, y'all. The Michael Holloway. I've been bragging about you, that worship experience. I've been bragging about you all for the last 2 weeks, Mike. Keep doing what you're doing to get better at it. If you do not have Michael Holloway's album, you need to get it. I downloaded it when it came out. You trust me, Pie. Look who's on. Janoy Davis, bless you, my brother. Y'all download Michael Holloway. You can go to Apple Music, download it. This thing is saying my niece is on, Sydney J. Henry. She hadn't said good morning to her favorite uncle, but if you're on, Sydney, I love you, baby. Good to see you. Hug them boys for me. Knock them in the back of the head. Tell them it's from their uncle. Anyway, yeah, Mike. Hey, man, you winning, boy. You and your wife got a special team. Stay true to your wife and your family. Listen, so this morning we're going to talk about a couple of things, but this diss track is, of course, has gone viral, taken up the internet. So my niece is on. Y'all give it up for my niece, Sydney J. Henry, please. Just show some love. Show some. Show some love to my niece, please. Thank you so much. Appreciate y'all. This diss track. So here's the issue. Here's this. First of all, it's entertainment. That's all it is. Somebody's getting ready to come out with an album, or somebody's trying to draw attention to themselves, whatever the case is. Don't get caught up in that because I can promise you they're not sharing their wealth with you. The other thing, I don't care who it is, stars or not, men, people, we ought to handle things in an amicable way, meaning you got something against somebody, you need to square up with them directly and not bring the whole world in it. But I know it's entertainment, it's to keep the buzz going. Generally, somebody's getting ready to come out with an album or something like that. Either way, it's entertainment. That's all that is. And the only reason I put that on my page is I knew y'all would show up for it. So thank you for coming. Now, don't leave because I got something I want to share with you. Number one, we're living in a time, I'm telling you, the majority of sickness and diseases that happen in the world happen as a result of stress. The majority of the sicknesses and diseases in the world happen because of stress, and it's because we've not mastered stress-free living. We've not mastered that. Sorry. So when we live, Jacoby told me, good to see you, lady. So when we live in a world and we allow the things outside of us to infiltrate our happy place, our peaceful place, it creates stress. Your body was not created for stress. Your body was not, uh, give me 1 second, y'all. Your body wasn't created for stress. And as a result of the stress that you bring on your own body, as a result of that stress, it triggers sickness and disease. It triggers sickness and disease. And the sickness and disease that is in the body is triggered because of stress. And if you don't get that stress up under control, eventually, long term, it'll take you out of here. You cannot afford to allow people in your space that do not bring you happiness. Uh-oh. Can't afford it. I'll say it again. You cannot afford to allow people in your space that do not contribute to your happiness. All that we go through in life, you should have on your schedule. You should have on your schedule at least 3 things a week that you enjoy to do. Say it again. All that we go through in life, you should have at least 3 things on your schedule that you do a week that make you happy. You may need more than that. You may need 3 a day. We have got to learn that working hard and working long doesn't make us successful. What makes us successful is working out of the wisdom of God. His wisdom will show you where your wealth is. Doesn't mean that you won't have seasons where you have to grind. But even in your grinding, it should not take a toll on your body the way that we are experiencing life now. There's so many people hurting because just because they got to get up and go to work. The job, they don't like the co-workers, they don't like the boss, and it's probably justified. So I'm not saying you're wrong because you don't like the people you work with. What I am saying is that a part of the reason we don't like the people that we work with or the people that we are around is we've not learned how to balance life. You need to have days where you let your hair down. You need to have days where you get along with yourself and enjoy the peace of life. You're going to live one time, then you will die. Somebody's going to speak or sing at your funeral. You better enjoy the days you have and stop stressing over things that do not matter. Lil Bootsy. I like watching Lil Bootsy. He's extremely humorous and comical to me. I see him at the game and he's doing his dance. When I tell you that boy is living his life, doesn't matter if we agree with it. It doesn't matter if he's right or wrong in what he's doing. It does not matter. That man has learned how to enjoy his life. And I think we need to take notes of people who are enjoying. If you have people that are around you that are living carefree, you need to learn from them. Because it's one thing to be stressed out and then you die. It's another to be happy and live. And I choose to be happy and live. And there's no secret antidote to it. It's a decision that you have to make, and you have to honor the decision that you made. Here's one of the decisions that I made. I'm going to try to get along with you. But if I can't, I will love you from a distance. Loving people from a distance is not a crime. I still love you. It's just that maybe there's something going on, and it could be me, that hinders us from having peace. And whatever that is, I don't want no part of it. I don't want no part of it. So you've got to manage and master your own peace. You cannot depend on other people to be your peace and to give you peace. You can't. Say it again. You cannot depend on other people to be your peace or to give you peace. It's your job to find out where your peace is and live there. I didn't say visit there. I said live there. It is the will of God that you have peace. And interrupts, anything that interrupts that peace, just you've got to do away with it. Now I know you thought you was gonna get something real deep. No, here's what I'm giving you. You need to learn how to balance your life. You need to learn how to balance your life. You can't just go hard all the time. I'm closer to the grave than I am the crib. So I've lived and I've had some wonderful days. When I say I've had some wonderful days, I mean it. I've lived a great life so far. Uh, every day hadn't been peachy, but, I've traveled the globe. I've been to all types of countries. I kid you not, I've lived a long time. Now, I'm only 30, but I can promise you, I've lived the life of an 80-year-old. I've lived and worked like a dog. I have. I've lived and worked like a dog. And a few years ago, it dawned on me that my life should consist of the things that I love. That's occupation and whatever I feel like I needed to do. So I'm living my conviction and I'm living a part of my dream. There are some other things that I'm still dreaming about that I've not entered into as of yet. But I can scratch stuff off my living list, goals that I've had, things that I've wanted to do and build, places that I want. I can scratch some stuff off primarily because I've been out here living. And I'm going to give you all something real good. Stop basing your life on the opinion of other people and asking them, well, what you think about? If it makes you happy and it's not bothering or harming other people, live your life. I believe that ultimately, the most fulfilling part of life is really doing the Lord's will. I ain't trying to be deep with y'all. I promise you I'm not. I promise you I'm not. But man, living in your purpose, doing what God has created you to do is so fulfilling. Last night, I went to my childhood church, the church that I grew up in, born and raised, called Simple Church of God in Christ, 24th in Moncrief. They asked me to come and host a service. And man, they start singing some of that old stuff that I grew up on. Man, them songs hit me different. I promise y'all. And I don't think this has ever happened before in life. I got up to host and started crying. Them people were singing songs I hadn't heard in years. I started thinking about the memories. I started thinking about the foundation that was laid at that church, and man, it messed me up. I've never stood up in front of people and cried. I mean, I am crying alligator tears. And it hit me what the tears really came from. The songs triggered certain memories, and in those memories, I was so grateful to have lived and had the experiences that I've had. That place, that church, those memories made me a rich man. I'm a rich man because of my memory and my history. And it was an old school church service. I mean, they were saying all kind of stuff I've forgotten. But it was so rich to me. That's what I'm talking about when I say live. You got to find out what works for you. What works for someone else may not work for you. Now, I'm not well, I'll just say, I normally spend my Sunday afternoons chilling. We start church at 1:30 on Sunday, just in case some of you all want to visit. I would love to have you. So when church is over, I go home. I don't generally, sometimes I eat right after service, sometimes I don't. I just want to go home and chill, right? But the way I spent my Sunday afternoon yesterday was incredible. I plan on doing the same thing today. There are things that I have to do. There are things that I have to get off my list. I'm the type of person that I rise early to do my work. I promise you, by the time y'all rise, half my day is over. Because I tackle stuff early in the morning. I tackle it early in the morning. So I can have the rest of the day to just chill. My friends help me live. They do. They bring me joy. My family help me live. They bring me joy. Spent part of the weekend with my mom. I have an aunt that helped raise me. Spent it with her in church. Was there with my cousin, my brother, Bishop Marvell Cook. Preached for them yesterday morning. I had a ball. Went to Encounter 2911. I had a ball after church was over at Encounter 2911. Some of the brothers were just hanging around, and one of the brothers asked a question about Adam and Eve. Church is over. Everybody's gone. We were in my office. It's probably 5 of us. And we sat down and just talked. Unplanned, unscripted, just enjoying life. I bought a machine, a couple of machines, but I have a t-shirt press machine that I'm going to start learning today. Then I found a company. They said, there's some designs, because I'm new, I've never done it before. My nephew is helping me figure this stuff out. He's going to put it together for me. And they say, I tell you what, there's a printing company that said, if you create, because I create my own designs, y'all, I'm telling you, God's been good to me. And because I don't know how to create it on this machine, they said, we'll create it for you. And then they gave me a great rate for a sheet. And then they told me I could come home, use the press machine, put it on the shirts. It's about doing what makes you happy, fulfilling the pleasures of your heart, as long as you're not, again, being immoral, unethical, or hurting the other people. Man, live your life. Boy, I called, first of all, Sean Williams, I called you twice. Called you a little raggedy phone. You done lost weight. And you down, doing your thing. I called you twice and I left you a message, so don't tell me you didn't get it. Fred Howard, good morning. So you've got to find out what makes you happy. Discovering things makes me happy. There's a marketing company that help you. They're multi-million-dollar, probably billion. That if you have a business or you're going into business or you're looking to market or you're looking to do anything and be successful at it, from podcast to business, it doesn't matter. I have partnered. I don't work for them. I partnered with them. And in partnering with them, one of the things that I am teaching them is brown and black ain't bad. And our money is good just like others. So with this partnership, some of the things that they've done is taught me how to get the best of when I go live. Now, I know y'all don't know this, but when you don't do this every day the way that I used to, the numbers are slow and the numbers go down. Right now, we have about 73, but when we started, we had 130. Well, the way this people don't understand the science. There are algorithms that work. So when you like my stuff and you share it, you increase the algorithm for others to find out that we're here, right? But if I don't come on for a while, you're not going to know that I'm here unless you know to look. Well, this company kind of showed me the way around that. And every time I go live, we don't do generally less than 60 people at a time. 60 people kind of represent, there's probably maybe 200 on, but oh, now look, we're at 284 people. Let me tell you why that's happening. That's not a mistake, and those are real people. It's because they understand Meta. They understand it, and they've got some stuff that they're doing, and I'm enjoying learning from these folk. So for those of you that's doing podcasts, you need a website, you need to brand yourself, you need to get a product out, you need to holler at me. I've got an end for all of us. My desire is if I win, you're gonna win too. Now I don't do wins without substance, meaning I don't care about the numbers. It can be 5 of y'all, as long as my goal is accomplished. It's not so much in numbers as it is in impressions. You need impressions. The longer people stay on your live, there's all kind of stats that are read off of each live, but they've helped me reach this. It's a part of what I do. I do it for fun. I do. I go live because I can, because I enjoy it. I enjoy interacting. There's so many people that are on that I knew from when I was a kid. Now, Sean Williams is much older than me. He said he'll call me around noon. We're going to see. He's much older. He's got me by a long time. But I remember him from when I was a kid. Fred Howard, I remember him when I was a kid. We grew up at Falls Temple. Jacoby Toby, we sung together in the real community choir. Willie Ross in the youth, because there are others that tried to mimic the original. And I think they should be congratulated. But ain't nothing like the real thing to this day. Mm-mm. I'm just having fun. But my point is, find what makes you happy, pursue that, and help others in the midst of that. If what you do only pleases you, you're selfish. You should be able to do something that makes you happy and help other people. So you got to find that thing, because that's the thing that you're going to need to lean on when things get rough. Marvin Reed is on Good Morning. When things get rough, when things get tough, your hobby, what you love to do, is going to lighten the load, and it's going to release the tension or the stress, should I say. So it's imperative. It's of vital importance that you find something you love and stick to it. Maybe what you love change, you know what I mean? Well, follow what you love. The things that you've been sitting on thinking that you have tomorrow. Do you know how many people died yesterday? I read somewhere that procrastination was the arrogant assumption that you would have time tomorrow. It's arrogant to think that you're going to be here tomorrow. It's arrogant. Now, we can be hopeful in it, but tomorrow's not a guarantee. The only time you have is the time you have now. So we should plan tomorrow. Yes, we should. We should make plans for the future. But you have to also know that just because you plan it don't mean it's going to happen. So whatever it is in your heart, you need to do it now. Man, I know a lot of people who would love to see today and couldn't. I was visiting someone who they had a stroke and it hindered their mobility. I think the left side. Left side of their body's paralyzed. And they're having to relearn how to live in that state. And I didn't like seeing that. I have a cousin, a brother, who has a disease that put him in a wheelchair. His Spent a little time with him yesterday. I don't like seeing him like that. You have all your limbs. You have time, you have the use of your limbs, you're bright, you're intelligent. What are you doing with it? Are you doing something to not only make yourself happy, but help other people? So the message is really simple this morning. Star Brown, good morning, good to see you. It's really simple, really simple. You were created to help somebody. And the more you help others, the more stress you release. So a part of your stress-free living is chasing the thing that brings you peace. Man, the stuff that I do, it brings me peace. Now, there are people involved. You know, if I can go hood for a second, they be trying to interrupt that peace. They be trying, they be trying to pull me out my happy place. But it doesn't work because I live on happy. I live in peace. And my peace has a guardrail. The scriptures promise that it will protect or guard my heart and my mind. I don't allow people to jump the fence of my peace. You can't control me by your actions. You can't do anything to trigger a reaction out of me because I've worked on my discipline and I'm still working on it. To just know people are gonna people. People out here peopling. And as long as people are peopling, they're gonna try, I'm telling you, they're gonna try to jump the fence of your peace. It's up to you to decide how far they get. You've got to learn when to leave the room. You got to learn what conversations not to engage in, and you have to learn, if they're not contributors of peace, to love them from a distance. People are not your responsibility unless God assigned them to you. And if God assigned them to you, he's going to give you the grace to do what needs to be done with those people. So you got to find your peace, find your happy place, protect it, and stop intentionally, you would say out of love, putting yourself in an environment where you're going to be attacked and your peace is going to be disturbed. Sometimes it's with your family. Sometimes you just got to get them a break. You know, if you can't gather with them and have peace, you need to limit your gatherings. Don't wait on someone to tell you. You know, you make that decision. I can't do that much with this crew. That's all I have this morning. I so appreciate you all for spending your morning with me, whether you're on FaceTime, YouTube, Instagram, and all the other platforms that we're on. Thank you all for showing up. And hopefully the next time I pop on, we have the same numbers. I would love that. I really would. I would love that. You were born to win, predestined to succeed. There's nothing that can happen to you today that the wisdom inside of you cannot handle. You've got to calm down, slow down, trust God, use emotional intelligence, and be quiet. Let peace speak. Let wisdom speak. And when wisdom speak, you will always win. Y'all go have a productive day. Remember to think higher, speak life. Love y'all. Oh, yeah. If you want to give, you can, the cash app's on the screen.